My name is TJ Gamble, and this is Brewzle. But what does it actually take to get one of these in the state of Alabama?
So all told, we spent about $400, but this is what we got.
That's a good whiskey. There's a lot going on there. All right, look, the intro even worked and everything. I cannot believe it. Y'all give me an audio video check out there in YouTube land. I had a little technical difficulties with this stream. We had a little lightning strike right before I left. And unfortunately, I thought I'd lost some equipment. Turns out I just lost a power strip, so that was awesome. I got all my equipment back working, and now I don't have to spend a whole bunch of money that I don't have. So, it has been a minute, Jim. It's been an even longer minute since you and I streamed.
Well, we did again. It had been a long, long time, and then I did one stream, and then you left again.
Okay, so I've been on the road. Jill's been on the road some. I've been on the road a lot. And just trying to bring better and more content. We got a lot of cool things we're working on behind the scenes that y'all may not be aware of yet that are taking up a bunch of time. And unfortunately, sometimes I'm just not in a place to stream. We tried streaming on the road, if y'all happen to catch that one from old Louisville, and that one just broke me. It looked like it was on a potato. A lot of technical glitches with that one. That's what somebody told me. It looked like this was filmed on a potato. So I just like,
okay.
Let me relax a little bit when I'm on the road. How about it? Let's not push it. We're going to be on the road a lot the next month. I'm going to try to get some streams in while we're doing it. I just have to be somewhere stable. So appreciate y'all joining us for this one, though. I'm going to warm up with a little white dog right here. We've got 13th Colony clear white whiskey, and I am trying to do our own thing. We're trying to build our own distillery. Like that is our ultimate goal. And there is some progress toward that, but that is still a goal that's on off in the future some. But one of the things I'm concerned about is once we distill whiskey, I won't know if it's good till it's old. Like I like whiskey that's like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
I need to start figuring out what a good white dog tastes like. So I got to start drinking more white dog so that when we're distilling, I can tell if it's good, or at least if it has a chance of being good before I have to wait 4 or 5 years.
Right, and so when we go and we have the tours and we get the white dog,
that is what this is. I don't know what the proof is.
Ben Holiday's is good. I remember that.
Yeah, this one's 120 proof, so I assume that's their barrel entry proof white dog. Tommy Phillips says, who made your bar? Plainsman Woodworking made all the stuff behind you. I made the stuff in front of you. He also made the other bar, and it was much more elaborate. The front of it's really nice. It lights up, all sorts of weird things going on. White whiskey from the freezer. This one's not from the freezer, but I think he's referring to that came out. I haven't even seen that video yet.
I saw it today.
I've been on the road the whole time. I haven't even got to see it yet. So, freezer whiskey's fine. A lot of folks were asking in the comments, why is freezer whiskey a problem? I think it's a commonly believed thing that whiskey frozen will change its flavor profile. Like even if you thaw it out, it'll change its flavor profile. Now I used to keep whiskey in the freezer all the time, like especially Jack Daniels, a mixer, something like that, something you're going to go through fairly quickly. That way it just doesn't water down. Like I can make a Jack and Coke and my ice doesn't melt. But you super cold Coke, cold Jack Daniels, works great. I don't normally put my sipping whiskey in the freezer though. I should try Up Dog. He's expecting me to ask what that is. Yeah. But I know that joke, James. I know that joke.
Oh, I just got it. I got it.
Let's try this. I mean, it's definitely white dog. You smell, that corn and the yeast coming through. This one has a little more dustiness to it. Really, what is that flavor? I got to try a little 13th Colonies now.
Actually, that
of course, I don't know.
Good.
Like they source some of their stuff, they make some of their stuff. I just, that could have come from a different still than this one. So I don't know if it's a fair comparison to go to one of the bottles I've got back there. But I really like that white dog.
Kyle, I get that on the nose of it too. Like I get a lot of pear and apple and a lot of fruity.
That's a good pear. That's what I was looking for.
Wow.
Joseph Smith, hi. TJ or TJ
hey,
and Jill.
Nate.
Howdy. What's y'all's favorite bottle of all time? Any plans to visit Holiday Distillery soon? So Joseph, we were just up at Holiday a month or so ago. Spent a lot of time there. I'm sure we'll get back at some point, but there are no plans on the calendar right now. And I think Jill and I agree. Our favorite of all time is that bottle of William LaRue Weller right there behind me.
Yes, absolutely. That's good.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that to be good.
I mean, as far as just like drinking whiskey, I don't love the yeastiness.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and drink a lot of it.
As far as drinking a bunch, once you get past the yeastiness on the nose, which is all white dogs, not this one. Like that is literally every one I've ever had. That's a really pleasant white dog. Honestly, top tier as far as the white dogs I've had. That's top tier.
David said, "Did you see Bourbon Hall's impression video? I get a solid mention in it. I have not seen that.
Bourbon Hall's impression video. I'll have to look that one up.
I have not seen that.
Let's see if we can. You want to watch it on the stream?
Oh my gosh! What kind of solid mention? Like a good
Bourbon
solid?
Hall, is that on YouTube?
Is that a good solid or a bad solid?
My phone's pretty much dead, so we'll have to look it up some other time. Let's catch up. We've got a lot going on here in this stream. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles pulled of different things.
That's a lot of bottles.
Some of them super exclusive stuff I got on this last trip up to Louisville, and many of them probably will never even make camera. And then a couple of surprises, a couple of things. One thing I want to get out of the way to start with, and then we'll get into it. I don't want to ruin the surprise. I want to tell y'all what the surprise is. It's a surprise for her, something I want her to try, but I don't want to tell y'all because she would then know what it is. I want it to be a surprise for her. Need to send you OG's white dog. Send me some white dog. I should be at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival in September, Tommy. Probably just Saturday for me, though. You did a lot of impressions of whiskey tubers. I'm not that hard to impress.
Oh, okay.
Do an impression.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I wonder what he does. He probably talks with his hands. I don't know. Probably does this. I don't know. How would you do an impression of me?
I think it was me he did an impression.
I said you had a cameo.
I wasn't on there. How did I have a cameo?
Any chances you're going to hit the hard truth at some point? Like, I like their stuff. We got to learn more about them. So I'm sure I will. It's not on the docket right now. We are pretty much booked up through October right now. I leave. I'll be here this Monday and next Monday, and then I'll leave that following week. I won't stream that Monday. I've got to go to Austin, Texas, and I'm leaving Austin, Texas, and I'm going to Watch Hill Proper's event at the end of the month. So I'm going straight from there to Watch Hill. You're coming up with Will. We'll have a merch tent and everything set up. I think it's the 31st at Watch Hill Proper. One of the mods or something can post a link to their event in the chat. Be sure to sign up for that. It looks like it's going to be a blast. I leave there and go to South Carolina, then up the East Coast and to Philadelphia. So I got to go East Coast to Philadelphia. Pretty quick trip. Like, I don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally on that one. And then I leave Philadelphia and drive straight back to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. And then from the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, home. And then I probably got to go to Wichita, Kansas that following week. And then we've got our event October 12th, which has been approved by the city of Opelika.
Yay!
They approved it. Now, I got to get the ABC to approve it, but like that's a formality at this point, I believe. And tickets should be available for our October 12th event very, very soon. So, Alabama's quarterly lottery. I'll have to check, see if I'm even here. I got to roll to Austin. I think I'll be gone. No, that's September. I may be back for that. I may be back for that one. So no big plans. Wichita, yes. We have made an agreement to purchase out the inventory from Wheat State Distillery in Wichita, Kansas. So we are buying their barrel inventory and their distillation equipment. We don't know what we're doing with it all at this point. I mean, the barrels, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be drinking them and mixing them and, putting some of them in some releases of our own stuff. But we are not sure about the equipment at this point. We got to store it somewhere until we have a place to do something with it. Not going to make it to Bourbon and Beyond. No time for that one, and I don't have enough clout to be invited to actually do something, to prioritize it. Bradenton, Florida. We need to go down and go to the Freedom Factory. Somebody call Cletus. About to start distilling? Sounds like that's where we're headed, Josh. I don't know how quick we'll have a place, though, but conversations are being had. Any plans on coming to Charlotte? Yes. That'll be after Austin, Kentucky. Then I'll be in the Charlotte area. If you're a patron, be on the lookout for some notifications there. I got to get some confirmations on some things. I think we're going to jet over. I'm going to be in South Carolina, just outside of Charlotte. Probably do a little hunting in Charlotte at some point. Are you going to have a California small distillers tour? I'm sure we'll be in California doing some touring at some point. I was in Springfield a few weeks ago when I went up to Wichita, but like literally just crashed there on my way through. And then Springfield, I think, is on the way from here. Trying to remember. I was going from Nashville. I think from here we might go through. No, actually from here we would go through Tulsa. Sorry. Yeah. So 13th Colony White Dog. If you like White Dog, if you like clear whiskey.
That was
really
loud.
Good stuff. All right. So let's, we got one more thing I want you to try here. I was at Lux Row. We took a tour of Lux Row.
Lux Row.
And apparently a lot of folks that work at Lux Row watch the channel.
Aww.
So thank y'all for watching. Appreciate the support.
Thank y'all for watching.
One of the gentlemen in production back there, in production, he said he wanted a review of the 4-grain I picked up at Lux Row the other day because I was there a month or so ago. This is what he's talking about, but I don't think I got the 4-grain. I think he was confused. This is the double barrel. Isn't that what it says?
Double barrel aged 12-year.
Yeah, so this is what I got that I think he thought was the 4-grain. So we're going to give this a little sample and give it a review. What is
that?
I'm going to talk about this in a minute.
Okay.
What are you trying to ruin my surprises for?
I didn't know what it was.
In the house, tailgate in Brewzle's backyard. October. Yes, pretty much. How does it feel being a Bourbon Finds finalist? We are honored. Not deserving whatsoever. And we intend on winning. I'm putting no effort into winning, but we hope y'all vote. Thank y'all very much.
Yes. It's
really more about y'all than us. So first thing about this bottle is the cork here got a 0. There's a 0 out of 10 on the cork. It had a very fancy cork, and first time I pulled it off, just cracked right off there. And so that was not, an expensive bottle. That happens. But a little bit of clout and a little bit of begging when I was there the other day, cork back to a 10 out of 10.
Aww.
They gave me a fresh cork for it.
Well, look at that.
Now, we need to soak that cork just a little bit, little cork soaking right there. Get that thing wet so it doesn't crack and break and all of that nonsense. But we're going to try a couple of things, and then we're going to get into some crazy stuff, some stuff I've never owned. I already got Ian's. Some stuff most of y'all have probably never tried. I've never owned these 3 bottles. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Jill tries.
Les is in the house.
Les
and Linda.
What's up?
And Brandon and Mary are on the stream.
Let's see if
Hello,
this cork.
everybody.
It's so. I was worried. All right, this is my White Dog glass. No, I already put that up. All right, so 12-year Lux Row. Now, when we were there, we did some sampling and tried all their different stuff. I like the 10-year. I think my favorite is the cask strength Ezra Brooks. Jill has liked the Ezra stuff in the past. It's been a while since we went back to it, but you've liked it when we've tried it before. Man, that smells incredible. That smells much better. I tried it.
Is this one in Kentucky?
Yes. That one is Bardstown, Lux Row. Correct me if I forget. They're all like an hour from Louisville. I forget which towns they're all in, but I'm pretty sure this one, Willits.
Yes. Yes.
Heaven Hill. Yeah, all in Bardstown.
Y'all have to excuse us. We are like tired. We were woke up at 6 this morning by people working on our roof, so we're probably we're dragging a little bit because we've been up since 6 a.m. So, and they banged on our roof all day long.
The aroma is a touch better than the flavor. It's nice. It's got a nice,
dark cherry.
Yeah, very well-rounded oakiness with that cherry note. I want it to be a little punchier. I want it just a little more flavor. It's a little subdued, but all the things that are there are actually really nice. Trevor says, do you like bourbon? I don't know. No, Trevor, I do not like bourbon. I am not. No. I love bourbon. So love it, love it, love it, love it.
I almost now, hearing your review on its taste, don't want to taste it and ruin
it's still
how
good.
Wonderful
it's still
it smells.
Good, but it's like, that's like an 8 or 9 out of 10 smell.
It smells like a cherry cordial. Like one of those little...
Let me put my sniffers on it.
Oh, man. Dang, that smells so good.
Yeah. Almost a little cola note in there, too. Like, just kind of that...
Like a cherry Coke.
Kind of, yeah. Good call. Just here for Jill's reviews.
Aw, thank you, Sean.
Me too. I've got, honestly, all of these bottles over here, I have never owned. I did get to try them all because I was with someone that also got all these bottles, most of these bottles. And so I've tried them, but I'm just excited to see Jill's interpretation of, because sometimes super expensive bottles, super rare bottles, super exclusive bottles, Jill cares nothing for whatsoever. And then you give her some cheap bottle, and she's like, I like that better. And that's what I love about it.
I really like that, but it is oaky. And it almost is like dusty when you swallow. Like, it's like...
It's
like I got a dust particle in my mouth, and now I have to cough.
It's a little dry.
Yeah.
Going back to it, it's a little dry on that second sip.
But it's really good up front. But then when I swallow
because you do get a little of that cherry cola.
Yeah.
And then it's just like dry dusty.
Yeah, very dry and dusty.
Yeah. So what do you give it out of 10?
Oh, it's really good.
Okay.
So if I could get past the dry dusty.
You can't get past it. That's what it is.
An 8.
An 8?
Yeah. I really like it.
Wow. Okay. Jill's a big fan.
I really like it.
I'd probably go 7. Probably 7.1, something like that. Really nice whiskey, though. Matt, curious to see what you think of the Old Glory samples.
RJ, the mouthfeel's not dusty. It's when you swallow it.
Yeah, it just kind of gets dry on the back of the palate.
Very
and
back.
Then that kind of comes. So dusty's not the right word. It doesn't have that dusty flavor, but it's just dryness, I think is what she's describing on the finish. We've got the Old Glory samples somewhere, Matt. I thought the Grant had sent feedback on those. They're not in here right now, so I can't put my hands on them. They're in there in our sample database. I think
our database.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in there.
Oh my gosh.
Just like
we have a database.
There's 1,000 samples. Database is not the right word, but like storage of all the samples I've got. I'm going to go from memory and give you feedback on them. I'm going to just be brutally honest. They had a large oak impact. Tasted like they might have been small barrels. I think they have a lot of potential, but I just felt like the oak impact was a bit too much on the samples that I had. So let me know if I'm off on that.
I'm not hating your database.
And I get that on a lot of small sample, a lot of small barrel stuff. And I'm not sure those are small barrels because sometimes large barrel things get me too, especially craft. So it's a little dusty, little oak impact. Dusty might not be, but high oak impact on the samples.
Am I gonna
100% not small barrels? Okay, so I need to dig these back out, Matt. Next live stream, next Monday, if there are any left in the bottles, I will have them here to sample them live on the stream then. Because we go through a lot of samples. I might be confusing them with somebody else. That's like fair assessment. Don't clip that like me talking about those because I'm not actually trying them. I might just be confusing them with other samples. But we did talk about them and I gave them to Grant. But like that day, I think I went through about 40 samples.
No Fan 2009 said, am I excited for the Coy Hill 2024 drop? Am I going to get any of the Coy Hill 2024?
I will use all my clouts to try to get
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yes.
I would absolutely love to try that.
Okay, next thing we're going to do, I need 2 Glencairns for this one, Jill. 2 Glenny Glens.
Dos. Uno and dos.
Okay, hand me that wine right there. This is a very expensive bottle of wine. Most people have never had this wine, probably because I think this is like an $80 bottle of wine. And this...
Where did you get an $80 bottle of wine?
Is Tokaji. So you see a lot of different folks doing Tokaji finish or Tokai.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how it's pronounced. It's spelled Tokaji, going with it. So apparently they do all sorts of weird things to molest their grapes and make this wine, okay? I don't know, they freeze them, they do stuff. I don't know, I don't really care. They make a really concentrated wine. So apparently they let them freeze, they let them do something, and it extracts a lot of, it dehydrates the grapes. And it just concentrates all the flavors, okay? And I want you to try this wine.
Okay.
And then...
Okay, well, it's getting not a good cork rating. There's not a good cork rating on that.
I might have manhandled that one a bit, but, you know, $85.
You obviously already opened it at one point, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's not the cork's fault, it's your fault.
Okay.
Just gonna say. I'm just saying. It looks like
$1 cork. Let's see. Love the videos. Really helps a new bourbon lover. Hartman, appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Ben Gillette. So after years of aging and blending, what tasting notes 1, 2, and 3? Can't get this to start. Whoa. What tasting notes 1, 2? Let me do this. I'll come back to yours there, Ben. I don't want to ruin our $85 experience here.
Will said you would think that a bourbon YouTuber of your size would know not to pull the cork out sideways.
Well, I was wiggling. I was wiggling, okay?
I was wiggling.
I got to wiggle. The wiggle works, okay? If it's not a dried cork, I was just wiggling. I wasn't like trying to I was wiggling. Dadgummit. But also, I break a lot of bourbon corks. So maybe I don't know.
Do you like the Savage and Cook Bloody Butcher corn that's behind me?
Yes, Jamal. Yes. Actually, probably the best Bloody Butcher corn on the market. I think it's Bloody Butcher, the Revival, High Wire, Jimmy Red corn, really, really interesting as well. But I was surprised by that Savage and Cook Bloody Butcher.
Seth said you have to do the twist, not the wiggle. We're adults here, not children.
How about I just never put a cork back in? That's what, I can't even. I give up. We're drinking it. We're drinking this $85.
No, I have an extra cork upstairs, like a...
Nope, it's getting drank now.
No, we can't drink an $80 bottle of wine and whatnot.
Okay, and first Brewzle bourbon. So we are working on our first Brewzle blend right now. My tasting notes are delicious. That's what I'm going for. Now, I don't have the ingredients for that blend I'd hoped for. We are trying to work with a lot of the craft distilleries that we know and love and we work with regularly, and we're trying to get barrels from them. And unfortunately, they're just not used to selling barrels wholesale, and we just couldn't work out all the details of making that work. They were kind enough to, to try, but it just wasn't going to work in the time frame that we needed it to work. So I've got a base from one of the distilleries. We're going to pull in these from Wheat State, and so we want red fruit. We want a great mouthfeel, and we want a touch of rye. I'm interested to see what a red fruit with a little rye spice on it is going to do, because I don't know a whole lot out there that's got those notes. They may not work together, but that's part of the blending process, and we just figure that out, right? I've done some blends that kind of have some of that with some of the brands that we were hoping to get barrels from, but we'll see. We'll see how it all works out.
Okay.
What do you think about this?
It smells good.
Tokaji. I know I'm mispronouncing it, but y'all just lighten up a little bit. It's not that serious.
That's good.
You like that?
That's really sweet.
Can I have a little try? Little tasty taste.
Yeah, I could drink that.
Man, we got 1,200 folks in here.
I could drink that.
Hit the like button for me. Jesus.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That's so good.
That's good.
It's a dessert. I could drink a lot of that. It's super sweet.
It's definitely a dessert. That's good.
All right, so now we got a little Crittenden's Tokaji finish. So they took a barrel.
You have to slow down, boo.
Apparently this has you don't have to drink it right now.
Okay.
This has a little barrel aging to it. And then they took that barrel and they put some Crittenden's cut above in there. And you get a lot of them.
That's where I've heard Tokaji before.
There's a lot of them that do this type of finish these days. I've seen quite a few of them. We're going to try it. Zoom in on the wine bottle. Let me see what I can do for you. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. I had a zoom in, but okay, that's. Let me fix my zoom in real quick. Let me get this little. I want to fix it right there. Look at that beautiful bean footage. Bam.
Wow.
Bam.
Look at you. Special.
Right there. I'm just going to leave it like this from now on.
My name is TJ Gamble, and this is Brewzle.
That's not what I wanted to do.
What does it actually take?
That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I...
Oops.
See, it was in the preview, but it already, that runs to us and clicks to us. After it runs, it then shows us. And I thought I was just clicking back to this. I should use this, not the mouse. Use this, not the mouse. This, not the mouse. Okay? There's buttons for a reason. Buttons for a reason.
That's good.
He's still on that. Restart. I know.
Restart what?
What am I? See, that didn't throw me off now. I forgot I'd poured it. I was about to pour some more. It takes a while to get back on the horse, folks, okay?
Okay.
Takes a little while to get back on the horse.
We've got to let Will have the mixed channel debate going on here.
Do what?
Let Will have the mixed drink channel.
Let him have it?
Yeah, let him do the videos.
Okay, so he's going to do all the editing and everything?
Well, you don't do the editing.
I pay for the editing.
You're just the talent. You don't do the editing.
I pay for the editing, though.
You true. That's
yeah,
what you do.
You true. Let Will take over the mixed drink. Maybe. See, if Will were here, if he lived in Opelika, Alabama, he'd already be doing the mixed drink channel.
Well, Will, I'm just saying. Oh, there's a house down the street for sale. Really nice. It's a really nice house.
He could drive anytime. It's only 2 hours.
Well, then why don't you bring my baby up more often?
Okay. Let's have the family drama after the live
I'm
stream.
just kidding. Okay? There's no family drama. I drive there.
Oh,
so y'all buy it, I'll move. Okay.
Cost of your liquid gold inventory. Dude, my wife's right here. Okay? You can't ask those types of questions with somebody's wife right here. How much does this cost?
A lot.
Give me a number.
A lot.
Give me a number. There are 700 and... I don't know, 60 or 70 bottles. I did not. Out of the 760-something bottles here, though, I bought 500 of them.
That does not make me feel good.
Yeah.
That does not make me feel good. Okay, if you bought 500 bottles, we'll just estimate. I do not want to do this math, do I? Nope, I know I don't. Might make me feel better about what's been going on lately, though, if I do this math. Oh my gosh!
What?
50,000?
I say nothing.
Oh my! I
say nothing.
Yeah.
I say nothing.
And you told me I couldn't go to the Maldives this morning.
I did, and I still concur because
I'm going one day.
Whiskey's already here and bought and paid for.
Mm-hmm.
This is a business. Make the Maldives a business.
I wish I could make it a business. We could go bourbon hunting there.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to see a bourbon hunt in the Maldives? Please raise your hand. Yes.
Okay. Y'all want to see Jill try Tokaji cask Crittenden's? Raise your hand, please. Average price is $25, Jill. It's dry there. Can't drink.
Is it? Well, then I can't go there.
Do you like the 13th Colony's double oak? I'm not sure Jill's ever had the double oak.
That's good.
You like that?
I do like that.
Okay. Do you get some of that Tokaji sweetness, or however fancy people pronounce that?
Yep. I like that. So it's like this kind of wine?
It was a barrel that had that kind of wine in it.
Yep.
Then they put this in, right?
Yeah. I definitely get some of that in there.
Sean Wolf, have we had the double oak? I've had the Woodford double oak. Got one on the bar back there. Really good.
Yes,
one
Ben Gillette, I do. I want to sample and review Taylor Swift concerts. That would be gonna be my channel.
Do it. Go for it. Do all your own editing.
No, I don't want to edit.
Bourbon hunt in Massachusetts. We're trying to get there. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. I'm trying to get up to Philly and just at least be in every state up through Philadelphia, and then we're just going to have to come back to it next year to get the Pacific Northwest, really the West Coast. I haven't done California a good hunt. We're going to have to get up to the East Coast all the way up to Maine and then fill in a few states. But I think after this trip, I'll be well over 30 states hunted in on this channel.
We're working our way to the big ones.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're trying.
You know what's a state?
What's a state?
Hawaii.
Okay. You're right.
Hawaii is a state.
Yeah. You know what's not a state?
What?
The Maldives.
You're right. I'll settle. I'll settle for Hawaii.
Just pizza reviews. Yeah. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. The best regularly available whiskey is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I agree with that. Readily available is greater than Wild Turkey Rare Breed, greater than Rock Hill. Come on now. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get out of hand. Let's not get crazy. All right. Let's get into something. One more fun thing, and then we're going to hit some of these exclusive bottles over here that most folks have never got a chance to try, and I'm pretty sure Jill's never had. Okay,
I don't like that wine.
I think I might have grabbed the cork that came out of that Lux Row bottle when I was trying to put it back in there. I don't know. Hey, you got a cork upstairs? That's yours now. You get to have that now.
Thank you.
But this Tokaji finish, really good. I got these from the folks at Spillway. So I'm assuming Spillway has these, will have these, going to release them.
Oh, so they're not out yet?
I don't know. It may be. They may be out on their shelves. I would assume they're out on their shelves right now.
That's good.
Don't know. I don't have access to those.
I like that. But... Noel Fan wants me to try 13 Colonies
Hand me a Glen.
Double Oak. Have I had that one?
This is a little surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
Little surprise whiskey here.
Surprise.
Give me a Glen. I'm going here. No, I need a fresh Glen on this one. I'm going to try this one alongside you here.
Oh.
And I need you to be brutally honest.
Brutally honest.
Brutal. I want you 100%. You don't know what this is.
Ooh.
I want you to be.
It smells like a scotch.
It's not a scotch. I want you to be brutally honest about what this is.
Okay.
Or what you think of it. Brutally honest. No hold back. No hold back. So you're not hurting anybody's feelings.
Okie dokie.
We need like a cork that resizes. Is there like a cork you can just put in anything and just inflate it? What do you get on the nose? Tommy Phillips. Shout out Presley Phillips' birthday today. Appreciate it. Appreciate the super chat, Tommy, and happy birthday, Presley Phillips. And thanks for watching.
Okay. Not so much of the scotch smell anymore.
It doesn't have a scotch smell at all. I will explain what that is.
Okay.
After you've told me what you think of it. I don't want to taint your review by telling you what it is.
Okay.
Candace, cheers from Coleman County, Alabama, celebrating the first live stream with Smoke Wagon, Bottle and Bond, Straight Rye, while my husband sips Whistle Pig 12-year. Thank y'all for joining. Thanks for y'all's first super chat there, along with several last 3 super chats. Been the first ones in a row there. So appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out from Coleman County. What do you think?
I'm getting a lot of chocolate on that one.
Okay, that's not a note I would have used to describe it.
Ooh. Yeah, like cocoa.
Matthew, UK in the house. We do need to see Jill go on her own bourbon hunt, don't we? Bourbon Hunter, I did miss a Henry McKenna comment. Yes, let's see. What was the Henry McKenna comment? Sorry, these roll so fast, we can't catch them all, unfortunately. Let's see.
This one's like throwing me.
It's throwing you
I
off?
like it.
Like all you gotta do is give your thoughts on it. Like, what do you taste?
I like it.
Okay.
There's a little bit of
I don't see your comment there. Drop it again there, Bourbon Hunter.
Yes, Noah. Yes, Noah. Disney Bourbon Hunt with Jill.
Eric Glass, I know you've been super busy, but did you get my email about the Smoke Eye Hill GTS? I may have missed it, man. I've been on the road pretty much since June, so just bump it back to the top of my inbox if you would. Bourbon in the sip with the first super chat. Appreciate it. Do you know any other bottle that has the Henry McKenna notes that's cheaper? I'm assuming you're talking about Henry McKenna 10-year, right? Because if you're talking about just Henry McKenna, it's a pretty cheap bottle already, right? So are you talking about the 10-year or are you talking about normal Henry McKenna? You ready to give notes yet, Jill? Seem to be just pondering this one hard.
Yeah, this one's a little hard. I like it. I definitely get like I don't know, there's some sort of chocolate flavor there. Not like milk chocolate, but like a little bit of a bitter chocolate.
Okay, there's a lot of dry oakiness. I think that's what you're getting. I would definitely not call it chocolate. Nobody, like at this point, I've talked to 6 people that have tried this bottle. Nobody got chocolate notes but you. So you're picking up something different than everybody else. Now, I see where there's a little bit of dryness, a little bit of oakiness. This has quite a bit of age on it. So I see where you could get that. And cocoa has a drying effect. So that you may be just picking up that oak as chocolate. I'm going to give you a tasting note here. And I want you to tell me if you get this. Juicy fruit chewing gum. Try it again and see if you...
Yeah.
A little bit of juice.
Little bit of juicy fruit.
A little bit of juicy fruit in there.
I don't know if I would have picked up on that without you saying it, though.
Give this a rating.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Only because of the bitter.
Okay.
I'm going to say a 7.
All right. The dryness.
Yeah.
You don't like the dryness. Now, that sometimes comes with age. Bad Wolf going to Taiwan to the end of September. What should I look for overseas in the duty-free? Wild Turkey 12 and any of the special release blends would be what I would be looking for.
What is this?
This is our 16-year-old George Dickel pick.
Oh.
So we just bought a barrel of George Dickel, despite me saying a lot of things about George Dickel, a lot about the minerality.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan of the minerality on their stuff, typically.
Right, we know that.
I like everything else about it, but that minerality is so strong and dominant that I just can't get past it on most anything. In this one, it's still there. It's like, I'm not lying to anybody, it's still there. I feel like it's minimized. It's a little diminished from the other samples we tried. We tried 3 samples. Spillway picked a barrel. There was another barrel, and then this one. To me, this one was by far the best one. To our guide that was giving us the tour, this was also his number 1. To all of everybody else, this was their 2nd or 3rd. This was the only one I would have taken as a barrel. Like, it is very sweet forward. The minerality interacts with the sweetness a little better. And it's just kind of that oaky, juicy fruit. It's a very weird combination. And I think, folks, if you're okay with George Dickel, you're going to love this. If you don't like George Dickel, you might not. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how the audience reacts to this, there are only 11 cases of it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's before we hold some back in case of shipping issues, right?
The more, like this time, it wasn't quite as bitter. I think the more I drink it, the less bitter. But the first couple sips were very... After
a couple of sips, it gets just more and more juicy fruit.
Yeah.
The minerality starts to go away a little bit to me, and you still have a little bit of that Flintstone vitamin kind of
I don't get
sweetness.
Any Flintstone vitamins on this.
Okay.
I don't get any.
It's not near as strong on this as it is most of them that I have. It's still there.
It has a very good finish. It just
it's great aftertaste.
Yeah.
Great aftertaste. Yeah. Saul says
whereas
Brewzle,
this one was it that Lux Row.
The Lux Row. It was great up front. And the finish was just drying.
Yeah. So.
Catch up on the super chat. Saw Brewzle replacement cork making a thing. Good price for Antique 107, Stag, and Pappy 15. Antique 107, $100 or less. Stag, I mean, if I really need one, I'll go up to 125, 150. But again, $100 or less is a good price. Pappy 15, dude, I've never seen a good price for Pappy 15 other than buying it at MSRP. It's either MSRP-ish, maybe slight markup, or to the moon. So you're either paying $200 or $300 or $2 or $3 grand. Like that's pretty much what you're doing there. What is it?
Warrigal One said Dickel Ocean, aged in the Chattahoochee River.
Where do we sell bottles?
Wow.
We sell them to the Brewzle Club. So if you want to be part of the Brewzle Club, if you want to learn more, join our Patreon, patreon.com/Brewzle. We do a release about every 2 months of interesting barrels. This one should be around pretty quick. They had this one bottled up already.
Oh, wow.
Like it was already bottled. This one had been through several picks, and it did not get selected. And I was like, thank God, because if this one had not been in that blind, I wouldn't have ended up with a barrel. John Wolfley, have you picked up an Easy Rider bourbon yet? Picked up a spec store pick, cash strength, very smooth, strong banana note. Love the videos. Appreciate it, John. Have not seen Easy Rider, or at least I haven't grabbed one if I saw it. B. Walsh, have you had an opportunity to try Wild Turkey Master's Keep Triumph? The new rye release seems to be more like a high rye bourbon than a rye. Yes, we had it probably, I think it might have been the last live stream, definitely one of the last two. It's on the shelf up there. I was not a huge fan of it for the price. We had it in a blind against all of the 10-year ryes I could muster up here. I think I missed one, but it came in pretty much tied for last in that blind. So it's not bad. It just didn't beat other things. It definitely didn't beat other things in that price range and fell short of things that weren't in that price range, like, the freaking Bullet 12 rye. Sound like someone will be a little less of a Dickel to Dickel. Not the case at all, Ben Gillette. Not the case at all. You overestimate me. But that's pretty good whiskey right there. But it's off profile. That's why I liked it in the blind and other folks didn't. So Spillway picked a good barrel, but something a little more like to normal, that Dickel profile. Yeah. I wanted this weird kind of juicy fruit note. Apparently, J-Rock already got a sample of this. He got a sample before I was able to get home and let you sample it. That's what kind of connections he's got. He texted me tonight. He's like, man, he had one of these little bottles, got Brewzle on it right there. It's like, how in the world did you pull that off, man? And he agrees with me. Let me know, J-Rock. Let me know. Juicy fruit. Like, he texted me, juicy fruit. He's like, I get the juicy fruit. Actually, he texted me that note. I don't know if they told him, because I may have told him the note juicy fruit. I'm not going to give him credit for that. I'm not going to give him credit. All right, we're about to get into some serious stuff right here, Jill. You better dust off the palate real quick.
Woo! It's pretty dusty.
What's a good price on a 10-year-old Fitz? I'm just not even sure. Not even sure. It's been a long time since I've had a 10-year-old Fitz, and I don't even know what they go for these days. What's the best bottle out of the antique collection? I'm assuming you're talking about BTAC. To me, I love the William Larue's. The George T. Staggs are also really nice each year. Every once in a while, that Thomas Handy just hits hard, though. So it depends on the year. I always lean toward the William Larue's. I just love that profile. I would usually go with the GTS's, 1A or 2, and then the Thomas Handys. I would probably prefer the Eagle Rare 17 almost always over the Sazerac rye. Yeah, the 18-year. Big J-Rock's gaining a little clout.
No clout.
He's able to. GTS is too hot. William Larue pretty hot too. All right.
Have we had the 20? We haven't had the 2023.
2023 William Larue. No, we have not. We didn't. We were not lucky enough. Like most years, that one right there has been open on my bar for like 4 years. Like I've been nursing it because I don't like they're hard to get. I do have one backup bottle of it though. All right, where are we going to go?
I don't know where we're going.
Somebody just asked about the old Fitz. So why don't we go to the 13-year distillery only, Old Fitz 13. Not any distiller, not any Old Fitz 13. No. Nay. This is the anniversary release. 13 that they had in totes for like 8 freaking years, trying to save it for something special. And then they turn like 85 years old or something, and they're like, I think I'll drop that. Yeah. And I'm going to try very hard to open this without breaking the cork.
You better not.
I do have some empty bottles in there.
You do have some.
Have some empty bottles in there. Ben, the 16-year, we might if we have a little time there at the end. So I'm going to, let's do this. Let's get it. Let's try to dampen it for a minute.
Let's not mess that up.
Try to dampen it. Let's just try. I'm gonna try very hard. I don't know how long this has been sitting around.
You never know. It's been in a.
Oh, and this, like we got 3 bottles here. We're about to try that are like next level. We're about to get we have raised the level.
Apparently, TJ went next level.
We went next level
while he was off gallivanting.
While we were off camera, we went next level on the budget a little bit here too.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to spin it. Can we do that? Do you think that'll work?
I don't know. That's scary.
See, I try to do this. I wiggle, slight wiggle. Wiggle. Ah, yes, beautiful.
Good job.
Beautiful. Who needs tax stamps?
Good job, baby.
Oh, give me a fresh Glen on this one, babe. These are fresh Glen worthy right here. Off budget is on brand. Yes, the budget, pretending there's a budget is on brand, more so than going off budget. And by pretending, I mean there is a budget.
He just never follows it.
It's not. There's
a
general idea of a budget. I'm not lying in that there is a number I would like to stay in. Just when I'm in the moment, sometimes I can't do it. And by sometimes, I mean almost always. I don't want to wait in it. All right, let me catch up on the supers while you are reading that. Andrew G. Rock, love your channel, doing an Old Dom tour in September, man. You're going to have a good time there. That is an awesome place. Really good whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you grab a bottle of their cask strength high rye bourbon while you're there. Randall, Brewzle, I think it's admirable that you gift bottles to locals accompanying you on some of your bourbon searches. Nice gesture. I mean, I appreciate them going. I'm more excited about them finding rare bottles than me. Sometimes get to find rare bottles. I got a lot of rare bottles, and it's just, it's super exciting to see them get something cool and interesting. And I don't want budget to be, because when we're talking about stuff and they want to try stuff, I don't want budget to be the reason that they don't get a nice bottle. So I'll just pick it up if that's what it takes. Patrick says, what a cork pop. That was a very special, very wet cork pop. So I need to flip over these other bottles, although one of them's already open. So
Candace has a good question. She said, Jill, would you ever consider heading up a ladies bourbon / whiskey appreciation group? I would love to find other ladies who share an enjoyment for bourbon and expand our knowledge on bourbon / whiskey. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know enough, about it to like.
What do I know?
I don't know. Like I'm just
Listen,
your sidekick.
if you just say stuff.
I'm just your sidekick.
If you just say stuff with a lot of conviction, people believe it.
But that's sweet, Candace, and I would love to be a part of that. I just don't know if I mean, there's so many more women out there in the YouTube community that know way more than I do.
They don't know
about bourbon.
All you got to know is you like whiskey. That's it.
I do like it.
You like it, yeah. Oh. And then you talk about the stuff you like. That's all it really takes. And there's been some conversations about having a ladies panel or trying to do something at the event. We'll see how that manifests itself.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might
I think should be great, too.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right. So what do you think about this 13-year-old Fitz?
Delicious. No, Ben, I got no chocolate truffles. Where are the chocolate truffles?
Ben just told on me. I had some chocolate truffles, but it was a long trip, and they might have got.
Well, stop at the service station and get some Reese's. No, Don't eat all the chocolate truffles.
I did bring you some chocolate truffles, and you left them upstairs to give them to somebody else.
No.
You had a little box of chocolate truffles.
No. That box was empty.
No, it was
that
not
box
empty. You were going to give it away.
No, I opened it and it was empty.
No, that's a different box. Because there was a box up there you said you were going to give away. I opened it and they were all melted. And I threw it away. Yeah, sat up there for a while.
No. I was not told about chocolate. Look at him. He knows he's not telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, he's faking it until he makes it. Yeah.
I'm telling the truth.
He's totally faking it.
He's talking about me knowing whiskey. I'm totally telling the truth. There was a box upstairs she was going to give somebody, but it wasn't the good ones that Ben's talking about because those got it.
Man, this smells so good. It's so like
yes,
caramelly and.
Jay, love your content, guys. Sipping on High West Campfire. Any plans to hunt in Canada? Yeah, at some point. Absolutely, Jay. Don't know when yet. We're trying to get to all 50 states. I was in Canada early this year, and it just the schedule just did not align with me having time. I was in for
That's okay.
We
can go back to Canada.
We'll go back.
We'll go back.
Absolutely. But thank you, Ben. You know, you couldn't have hit me up with a little DM or something. You know, Jesus. Hope your couch is. I'm not sleeping on the couch, man. I bought that bed. I'm sleeping in it. It's sleep. If Jill don't want to be in there with me,
we pay too much for that bed. We're both sleeping in it. I don't care if I'm mad at him or not.
Yeah. Any bar hunts on pours? We've talked about it. We haven't really done it much yet, but I'm sure it will at some point. All right, Jill. I'm anxiously waiting your review of this anniversary edition neck pour Old Fitz 13.
That's delicious.
Give it a rating.
10.
This is my favorite Old Fitz.
Well, okay, I'll take that back because everything has room for improvement. 9.5.
Is this better than William Larue?
No.
Okay. So that's higher than a 9.5. Okay.
I've given William Larue.
Let me try that.
Wait a minute.
Jill's like, can I just have another Glen? I'll pour my own.
Oh, wow.
Just keep in mind, we got at least 2 more you need to try. You know it's good when I reach for it and Jill's like.
Nope. Oh, wow, that is good. That's delicious.
J4RD. The cork pops are fantastic.
Yeah, we need an Old Fitz Brewzle pick for sure. Oh, please.
That doesn't exist. I begged them for a mellow corn pick. Couldn't get that. J4RD, I was really excited to see you drink some Hard Truth. Looks like you didn't get around to it in the last vid. You're missing. So I got some Hard Truth. I tried. In one of the lives, I tried the bottle I bought. It was awful, but it was like a toast. Or it was a smoked barrel double oaked. It was awful. I bought, the Blue Label. It's really good. We're going to do some stuff with them. I haven't put a lot of effort into it at this point because I feel like we're going to be BFFs before it's all said and done. Better than the Frey Liquor lineup pick.
I knew because I was.
My God.
It's so good.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know.
This is better than I remember. I tried one of the other guys. I tried one of the other guys that had this. This is better than I remember.
This is so good.
Because this smells like a Weller.
Yeah.
Like it very much. If you would have just handed me that, I would have said that. Okay, you're giving me a Weller. This is bonded, right? 100 proof.
I don't know, but whatever it is, it's good. So good. Like
a little more oakiness. This is almost like 100 proof Weller 12. Like that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a Weller 12 with a little more of that oakiness at 100 proof.
I don't know where it go one. We'd have to like put these two in a blind. I don't know. I can't answer that.
We're gonna have to do a weeded blind. It's weird to me because like Heaven Hill has the larceny stuff. Larceny stuff, at least all the ones I have, come across more caramel forward than fruit forward. And there are not a lot of really good fruit-forward weeders that don't have a funkiness or an oddness to them. And it's just interesting to me that they have all these larceny barrels. I assume these are different in some way. You know, how they're aged, how they're treated, the barrels they go into, I don't know. But it's much more fruit-forward than the larceny stuff from Heaven Hill.
That is so good. But you're right. It is more.
It's got a touch too much oak. Touch too much oak to me. Like I want it's a little dry on the palate too on the finish.
On the finish, a little bit, but
just a touch. It's still
not
delicious.
Enough to make me like
not to take the bearings.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That is so good.
This actually reminds me a good bit of a Van Winkle 15.
That is so good.
It reminds me a lot. 107 proof versus 100. That 13 versus 15, but it's kind of like that Weller, but it's got a little more proof. It's got that oakiness on it. It reminds me a lot. of that lineup, and it is fantastic. I would agree that I don't know if I would. I'm very picky on 9 and above, so I'm going to give it just a 9.0. Like I would buy every bottle of that I could afford to buy.
I seem to always give it a little bit higher than you do.
You get excited.
Yeah, I do. That was good.
I just know there's other bottles coming, and somebody going like, "You gave this one higher than that one." I just think like 9 for me. That 9.0 is like I will buy every one of those I can get at MSRP, and I will stack up. If I have 10 of those in the back, it's not too many.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's good.
Let's see. Catching up here with the super chat before we move on to the next one. David Barfield, first time catching the live. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Watching from across the river in Columbus, GA. I hate I missed out on the Crittenden's toasted pecan. I hate that you missed out on that as well. I'm sure they'll do more releases of that. It's been very popular from them. Be sure to keep an eye out. We have our event here in Opelika on October 12th. Tickets should go out here pretty soon. The city just approved it last week. We're trying to get all of our ducks in a row before tickets for that go out. So if you just cross the river in Columbus, Georgia, please come join us here. We're going to have regular tickets. We're going to have a whole VIP thing as well. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to have a bunch of distilleries in, a bunch of tastings. Won't be any toasted pecan in that tasting, but I'm hoping Matt Crittenden makes it. We'll find out. Thomas says, any chances for a James E. Pepper barrel? I can't talk. I almost call him James E. Pecker. James E. Pepper barrel pick. Just honestly, I haven't had anything from James Pepper that I've loved enough to want a barrel of. The decanter, somebody gave me a decanter early. That was pretty good. My decanter is okay. But just like normal James E. Pepper stuff, I haven't had anything yet that blew me away. I'll keep trying their stuff. It happens a lot. It happens a lot that I try stuff and I don't love it, and then maybe I haven't had the right thing from them, right? So maybe someday, not on my list right now. Matt ran into you in Louisville the other day and told you to run down the Michter's. Did you end up getting the 10-year rye? Speaking of that, where is the 10-year rye?
So apparently, yes, he got it. Brandon says that his girl missed me in Tulsa.
So
I missed y'all too. I didn't get to come to Tulsa.
Here's the thing. I got a 10-year rye.
Uh-oh.
One of my favorite ryes.
What'd you do with it?
But I traded it. I forgot. I just remembered. I traded it. And y'all are about to find out this next pour, what I traded it for. Now, it wasn't a fair trade. It was not an even swap. Okay? I really more gave it to a person, and they have given me something. I've offered to pay for this thing, and I'm going to continue to offer to pay for this thing that I got because I came out much to the better in this trade.
Okay.
And it wasn't really a trade. They needed that Michter's 10. We opened somebody else's Michter's 10 because we were hanging around a campfire, and the guy's like, man, I was holding that for my birthday. And I was like, dude, you just have my Michter's 10, give it to him, right? And I just gave him the Michter's 10. And then that guy gave me this bottle that I really wanted that I've never had. And that is the King, baby, right here. Look at that right there. And the two folks know that. That's the Brewzle and the King, baby. Watch out, man.
Woo. Man, you got Elvis.
16-year-old King of Kentucky. This has been opened. I have shared this bottle. The next two bottles, every place I stopped, I popped this sucker open and been sharing it with people. So never owned one of the Kings right here. Never owned a King. This is Brown Foreman. This is their Pappy Van Winkle, basically. Like this is their super exclusive, never been able to get it, like super crazy release.
Wow.
And this is their 16-year, which pretty good. I did try an 18-year while I was in an 18-year single barrel. This is a single barrel. I don't know. This had 59 bottles in the barrel. No, that's proof, isn't it?
It's 16 years and
No.
It's a single barrel. It's 3 of 83.
It's 3 of 83. So everything. I did try one while I was in Kentucky that was like 18 years old, and it was 1 of 7. This one was one of, this is fresh Glenworthy right here.
Okay.
Now this is going to be completely different, not fruit forward. This is going to be much more Brown-Forman.
I gotta save that.
I will admit, I've tried 3 or 4 Kings, and this is probably from memory the worst one I've had.
Oh, Fitz out of the way.
You could just set it over there, people can look at it if you want to. This is the worst King of Kentucky I've ever had. You're not gonna give me a Glen?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought we were sharing. That's a lot.
Well, then pour the here. Hold it. You just keep that one for me, and then I'll just give you.
I may want more.
Well, then there's plenty in the bottle, babe. Plenty in the bottle.
Gotcha.
Now, here's the thing: the worst King of Kentucky I ever had, still really good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not bad. It's just the worst. Like the Kings I've had have been out of this world, and I thought this one was a little dry. I have no idea. I think the MSRP on this bottle is $400, but I think secondary it's got a comma. We'll go that way. We'll go that way.
It's got a comma.
Got a comma. John J. Bowman Single Barrel is most definitely worth $40, John.
Ooh, that smells good.
Oh, I've had an 8-year in a bar and landed my own 10-year, Chris says on the old Fitz. Hey, just manifest it, man. You just got to say it out loud. Oh, God, that's so good. What do you think?
It smells
You
good.
like the Brown-Forman stuff, though. Like Brown-Forman's Jack Daniels.
Oh, yeah, I love Jack Daniels.
Old Forester.
Yep.
If I had to
I love
guess,
all that stuff.
If I had to guess, this is Old Forester distillate. I could be wrong, but I would guess like this is like a very high-end, ultra-aged Old Forester is what it smells like.
That smells so good.
It's very dry. Very dry on the finish. Oh, okay. This is better than I remember it. We drank a lot that day. Better than I remember it. Better than I remember it. Kevin asked if I've had any of the Ancient Cave Ben Holiday. You asked that a couple times, or somebody else asked that. Yes, I have a couple of Cave bottles back there. I love Ben Holiday, one of my favorite distilleries. Haven't been super impressed with the Cave stuff.
That is delicious.
I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's just, I just haven't, and I've only tried a couple. Just haven't found one I was just absolutely in love with. Have you thought about a brand ambassador program when you open your own distillery? Absolutely. Really more when we start releasing products to the wild, for sure. Ham salad.
Oh, man.
Go for it, Jill. Let them know.
Well, this smells delicious and it tastes delicious. It's definitely caramel. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, caramel.
It is
little
now.
Baking spices through the middle. Then it softens up into just a light fruitiness and immediately cuts into all that oak on the finish. Well, I appreciate it. Adam doesn't even drink alcohol, but I'm here enjoying the content. Well, don't let us be bad influences, but I appreciate you watching.
I was going to say, because
that's got all the
taste
proof.
The burn.
Yes, that is 132 proof.
Yeah.
And this is bottle number 3.
Wow.
That is a beautiful, beautiful bottle of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to rank it. Is it better than the Fitz? Here's my problem now. This is why. Because I gave that a 9.0.
Yeah, and I gave it a 9.5. So.
Is this instantly recognizable as special? I think this one is. Yes, but it's also very subtle as to how special this is. It's not an in-your-face, over-the-top, as most special whiskeys, right? It is like the devil is in the details. And if you're not like into picking up little subtle flavors, then it's not worth the hunt or the price for something like this. But yes, this is obviously a fairly special bottle of whiskey. Maybe not as obvious how rare or sought after it is, because there are some. There's some really nice whiskey out there. And if somebody dropped this in a blind, you might say, "Oh, that's really good," but not know like that's unobtainium.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for me, it slightly edges out the Old Fitz.
Wow.
Slightly, but because I like the proof.
The proof is what gets me too.
I like the proof on
I
that.
like the flavor on the Fitz better though, but I like just that. I like that burn. I like that burn.
And that's why I said slightly.
I'm gonna go 91.
It wins because of proof.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9.1. 9.1 versus 9.0. but I reserve the right to change my mind at any minute.
I reserve the right because they're both delicious, but I do love the proof on this one. So I'm just saying, I love it.
Let me catch up on the super chats before we talk a little bit more about this and get to the next one. Ashley and Sander, love y'all sipping on Penelope Toasted. That's awesome. Appreciate
need to try more Penelope. You don't ever give me Penelope. Not tonight, obviously.
Baby, there's bottles in here. You just come grab them. See right there, there's all the Penelope right there.
I know, but I don't ever, I usually just drink what you...
Next Monday, I'm drinking Old Glory and Penelope. That's what we're doing. We're doing a Penelope. We're going to try all the Penelope I own on the next live stream. That's what we're going to do. Matt R., I can give you that intel. You came out on top with the King. Oh, I mean, I knew I came out on top with the King. Like this, he was going to give me this regardless, but I just happened to be giving him the... But that's where my mixers went. I just remembered. Most definitely came out on top. I'm still offering to pay at least what he paid for this bottle. Trey with the Monster Super Chat. Love your channel. You should mix Dickel Tabasco with peanut butter bacon whiskey.
Ooh. Trey, are you sure about that? Do you like that, Trey? You don't have to super chat again. Just tell us over here. Have you tried this mix and do you like it? Because that does not sound, well, he likes peanut butter, but not whiskey.
Awful, but thank you, Trey. Stick around. I may try that here in just a minute. Let me get a little more whiskey in me. I may try that at the end of the stream, Trey. Ben Gillette, King of Kentucky, old, strong, and rich like Brewzle. I'm not that old. I'm not that strong. And I'm not that rich. Yeah. But I'm trying. Hyper Rush, thoughts on Branson Cognac VSOP? So, I don't know. I haven't had it. I don't drink a lot of cognac. I'm really more just bourbon. For the most part, this is a bourbon channel. I drink a lot of bourbon. More than likely, if you give me a bourbon, I've tried that. A cognac, I just don't have a lot of it. Sorry, I couldn't answer your question. Jeffrey, thoughts on Old Scout? Just got an Ohio liquor pick and was impressed. I've been a big fan of Old Scout. Me and Pernod, not real friends anymore. But outside of me and their parent company, not really jiving too much because they, wanted a strong army for for some stupid boat whiskey. I like Old Scout. I'm trying very hard not to say good things about brands that Pernod owns because I'm mad at them right now. I'll get over it someday, or maybe they'll get over it and quit being mean. Nobody wants your stupid boat whiskey. Brian,
you dang sure ain't gonna make any headway with that kind of attitude.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
Just don't like me. It's fine. It just, the thing is I like some of your brands. You got some good brands. But you want to be mean about somebody not taking a barrel of boat whiskey, and then you want to punish them when they want to go to your good brands. How about you just have all good brands? How about having a stupid boat whiskey brand, getting rid of that? Or maybe make the boat whiskey decent. We wouldn't have to worry about passing on the boat whiskey and not getting the good whiskey. I just got a Doc Holiday 10-year Go Blind barrels. Nice. That's awesome. Let's move on. Now you got my blood pressure.
Garrett says, what do you bring to a meet if you don't have anything rare or special?
Barrel pick?
You bring something that you like.
Yeah, just get it.
Something local.
Go grab a barrel pick or something interesting to you. All it is. Let's slide the King right out here.
Oh, someone had asked, is that worth the hype?
It's pretty.
It's pretty.
Right, it's not worth thousands of dollars to me because
I'm
gonna open and drink it.
If you were able to get some, it's not. I don't know if I'd pay thousands of dollars for anything, but that's good.
Yeah. Bourbon Hunter said, do you agree that a bunch of liquor store shops are closing due to bourbon store picks not selling well in the liquor market? No. They may be closing, but they're closing for other reasons. That may be one reason, but if your barrel picks are not selling, don't buy more barrel picks. It's a pretty simple thing, and you're stuck with 180 bottles. You're not going to go out of business because of one barrel pick. Infinity Barrel at Brewzle Fest, Bourbon Dad, unfortunately, no. that's the one place it makes the most sense, but we have a license for that event, and it does not allow us to allow y'all to bring in external bottles. Now, next year, we probably will be able to do it. But it's just going to require us selling the whiskey there for you to then put into the barrel. So our thinking next year, like this year, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what we would have the ability to do. We've been having a lot of conversations with the Alabama ABC and figuring out what we can do. We have a full retail license. So we can buy whiskey from the Alabama ABC, and then we can sell it at the event. So next year, we will try to do barrel picks with all these distilleries and have them there and do more of a spillway type event. So the same thing we're doing now, but you'll be able to go sample a barrel of our barrel pick. You'll be able to buy a bottle of the barrel pick and dump it into the infinity barrel.
Cool.
And so we'll be able to do something similar to that. Actually, I don't know. I don't even know if we can do the infinity barrel with that. Because they're like, if you buy a bottle there, you can't open it there.
Oh.
So we're going to try to do barrel picks, but I'm just thinking about that. Probably not going to be able to do the infinity barrel. Sorry. Just legal. And we are trying to build a distillery, do all sorts of weird things. We kind of need them on our side at this point. So we don't need to be pushing the envelope.
What if we actually have the distillery?
Mm-hmm.
Then can you do that? No.
I mean, you can't open a bottle if you buy a sealed bottle, you can't open it on premises.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
So if you were a patron and we had a private club nearby, we could do it there, completely outside of the event. So like we were looking at maybe that property close to downtown. You just walk around the corner, you do it over there.
Okay.
But you can't do it at the event where the license is being held, right?
Gotcha.
Jason, best bottle range between $45 and $70. Tell me I'm wrong. If you're just talking about the best bottles are between $2,000 and $3,000. But 45 to 70 has a lot of really good options. Like that's the great thing about whiskey is you could chase unobtainium, but honestly, as far as just like what's whiskey for? It's for sharing with folks. It's for hanging out with cool people. If you're going to do that, then you can do that with a lot of great bottles between $45 and $70. And the enjoyment of these is minuscule over those. Definitely not worth the price difference of those bottles. So enjoy, Wild Turkey Rare Breed and Kentucky Spirit and Woodford Double Oaked and all of those great bottles you can get on shelves just about anytime, anywhere. All right, so let me get this out right here. This is the next one we're going to try right here. There's a little, I turned it the wrong way. There's a little Heaven Hill 8T, which in my opinion is the best of these special releases. I like it better than the 20. I like it better than what was the other one that came out? 17? Something, I don't know. Something like that.
What is your favorite restaurant in Auburn, Opelika?
What's your favorite restaurant over in Opelika?
Oh, you know what my favorite restaurant is.
She likes Laredo. She likes Mexican
I like
food.
Laredo's only because it's my place. We've literally been going there for 27 years. We had our rehearsal dinner there.
Fresh Glen.
Yeah. But other than Laredo's and my margarita and my Mexican food, my favorite restaurant in Auburn, Opelika.
Gotta be the Hound.
I like the Hound a lot, yeah. I also like Botanics.
I haven't been there.
Botanics is awesome. It's expensive, but it's awesome.
You want some of this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you didn't give me a glass to give you some of this. What else? Let's see. Zazu's pretty solid.
Zazu's is good, yeah.
Not a huge selection there, but it's good. The brown sugar ribeye Cafe 123 in Opelika is really nice. Yeah. Bow and Arrow barbecue, solid.
We eat out a lot if you didn't notice.
We don't eat out.
Guthrie's. Well, you gotta love Guthrie's.
Is that a restaurant? That's fast food.
Acre. We don't go to Acre a lot though.
Honestly, I've been to Acre quite a bit, and I just never have had anything there.
I mean, it was delicious.
It's good, but I just I eat like a fat guy, and they got too many green things on their menu. Yeah. Let me catch up with the super chat. Major Zero, what does everyone think of Old Dominic Cask? I know what I think about it. It's freaking fantastic. Honestly, the Kentucky, one of the best Tennessee whiskeys on the market, and I really, really love their high rye. I like the high rye bourbon even more than the Tennessee whiskey, but their Tennessee whiskey is one of the best on the market.
Smell that as it sat there. That's
Which one is this? The King?
It just
so good. It's
brown sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar. Brown sugar. Days, for days.
Oh, I'm gonna leave it right there.
I did this in a particular order for a reason.
You did?
Okay. And I want to get your thoughts on this one. Joseph, I just popped my first bottle of Woodford Double Oaked for the stream. Cheers from New Jersey. Appreciate you joining there, Duffy.
What about gas station chicken? We don't have good gas station chicken.
Dude, there's a gas station up. Okay, Frisky Whiskey in LaGrange, right across the freaking...
Yeah, but that's not here.
Yeah, but like right across the state lines, 15, 20 minutes away, you've got Frisky Whiskey, a liquor store next door. Right next to that is a little gas station, got a little chicken joint in it. Probably the best gas station chicken in the area.
You know where we forgot? The bread pub. Irish bread pub. It's really good.
Very solid.
We love it. Yep.
Table's a little sticky, but it's pretty good. I like Jefferson's too if you want wings. Like we've just named every restaurant in Opelika. We don't want to leave anybody out. The Hound, though, if you want like a really nice meal, a decent bourbon selection, the Hound's where you go. Best breakfast biscuits. Okay, so here's a weird thing. Y'all are going to think I'm crazy. I've only ever eaten this once. So
He's going to tell this story.
Don't think, what? Fish biscuits. No, I'm not telling the fish biscuit story. Okay. Give me a break. They don't need to know about fish biscuits.
Okay.
That was just between us.
It was not just between us. Everybody knows about fish.
Everybody knows about it now.
I thought that's where you were going.
No. Jim Bob's in over by Tiger Town.
See, Will even thought, here we go, fish biscuits.
No. What I was saying is breakfast biscuits. If you want a different experience, it's really good. I've only ever eaten them once, but it's really good. Jim Bob's over by Tiger Town deep fries their biscuits. So it's like crispy on the outside and then like really soft on the inside.
Oh my
So freaking nice. We're not going to talk about fish.
Okay, biscuits. So like.
What do you think?
Okay. So this is absolutely insanely delicious. Like what the? It's like this one and this one had a baby and it was just perfect. Like what the heck? Perfect. Like.
That is
perfection.
A beautiful whiskey.
Perfection.
Yeah. Beautiful whiskey.
It's enough. Like, it doesn't have as much proof on it, but it's like somewhere right there in the middle that it's just...
I think it was like 120 proof, wasn't it?
Really? It does?
Yeah, 120 proof.
So it's like right there in the middle of these two little...
It's got enough proof.
So good.
What's so interesting to me about it, though, is the mid-palate. You get all of these little bursts of fruity flavor. Like, it's just like punching you. It's like fruit, and then a nice oak finish. It has similar little punches of fruit flavor as the 10-year Parker's rye. It like that has all sorts of fruit on it. This does very similar things, more subtle here than on the rye, but it needs to be more subtle here. Like the rye can stand up to it. That is
absolutely.
My God, I love that bottle.
I
love that bottle.
So good.
I need a backup of that bottle.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
I need another one of those for sure. Ooh, Hans, what do y'all think of Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye?
Gosh, that is so good.
Love them, man. That's a really, really good, readily available rye whiskey. Patrick wants to know about fish biscuits. I don't think Patrick.
You're not ready for fish biscuits.
I'll tell you the fish biscuit story here in just a minute. While I'm blending George Dickel and peanut butter banana whiskey, we are going to talk about fish biscuits, okay?
Okay.
So, Donnie, I've got the grain to glasses in there. We bought 2 of those. I thought I'd hold those till those hunt videos come out, and then we'll try them on the stream after those hunt videos.
I just want to remember.
These will not be in hunts because these took clout to get.
Yeah.
And so they won't be in hunts. They might be in a video, but they won't be in hunts.
I wanted to remember that I thought these 2 had a baby, and it was this one.
And the Heaven Hill is the beautiful golden chocolate. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, 10.
10.
9.8, because you always got room to grow, but like.
I'm gonna give it a solid 9.3 because I just like
it's
I gotta have room to
good.
put something above it. But that is.
That's delicious.
It's top 10 best whiskey I've ever had in my entire life. Yeah, it's top 10. And it might be top 5. Like, I couldn't name 5 that I would put above it right now, but I'm sure if I just dug deep, I could find 5 above it. But that is top 10 favorite whiskey I've ever had in my entire life right there. Like, I love everything about that. That bottle's going to get gone, half gone so quick, and then I'm going to sit there and stare at the bottom half and wish I could drink it. I have no idea. I think that bottle...
That's so good.
I bought it at MSRP. That's all I can tell you. I forget. I bought that. I bought the old Fitz. I bought a bottle your own. I think I put it up for later. A bottle your own Larceny and a little grenade of Elijah Craig. And I think those 4 bottles were $600.
That was so good.
Yep. MG, wow. Thanks for leaving that Jack Daniel's Double Barrel Rye Special Release at Creekside Liquors at $200. I swooped in and picked it right up.
Yay!
I'm glad you got it, MG. I'm glad you got it. That's a good one. I love that bottle. It's a good bottle. I just have one. So, good.
That's definitely the winner of the night.
Oh, and I love that. I love those other 2.
Oh, I do too. They're amazing.
Those other 2.
But this
that
one
is the one that, like, I might pay secondary for a backup of that bottle.
That's hands down.
I wouldn't. But
that's on our list now. Like, we got to find another one of those.
I need another one of those. I'll put the word out to
because when we have our event and
let's go get drunk.
Yeah. So we need to have a second one of those.
Yeah, that's
that is so good.
All the like just weird little bursts of fruit. Strange stuff. For sure. I'm gonna grab the peanut butter whiskey here in just a second. Don't forget, if you're a patron member, if you're in the Brewzle Club, I'm going to jump over on Discord. I'm going to jump into the supporter-only audio chat where y'all will be able to jump in, ask questions, talk after this live stream. So be sure to join me over on Discord for that. If you join the patron now, you can link Discord. It automatically adds your permissions so that you have access to that chat. If you have problems with it, send us a message, send us a DM on Patreon. Probably won't get you fixed up tonight, unfortunately, because I'm going to be over there hanging out, and the team's going to be probably there too. But we'll get you fixed up for the next one. So
is J-Rock, are you asking what we're drinking now? Did you miss it?
J-Rock missed it. You just got to go back, bro.
Oh.
You just got to go back. Because we are drinking the most delicious thing ever.
Mm-hmm. See, Javari, that's a really tough question. Is it better than WLW?
Here's what I will give it. It is more subtle than WLW.
Yeah.
Grab that Glen. Let's have a little. Let's have a little sippy sip. No,
I'm not comparing those two tonight. I have drank too many different things.
Well, you can have a Glen. I'll have a little sippy sip.
There's no way. I would need to freshly.
We are running out of sippy sips on this one.
I would need to freshly compare those two because it has such a special place in my heart that I am not willing to.
Little sippy poo.
Oh, good question. I haven't heard all of them yet, though, so I need to go back and investigate everything because I didn't get to watch, but I watched tidbits of it today.
Read the super chat. Well, they haven't popped up yet. Hasn't popped up yet. Wait till it pops up. Let's work on timing.
Okay.
I go too early sometimes. Wait till the lights turn green and then nail it. I'm going to try this WLW while we wait.
J-Rock is rearranging his house. And he missed it. We are drinking Heaven Hill 18. Like, oh my gosh. Let me just say. So Jay Stinton said, Jill, what was your favorite announcement from the D23 today? And for those who don't know that, that's Disney's big, like basically announcement party of the year where they say all the things that are coming and all the things. I think it might be Villains Land, like the Villains thing, like. But I did love seeing like all like the Disney legends. Miley was one of them.
Cyrus?
Yes, of course. Hannah Montana. She is a Disney legend.
So Miley Cyrus is a Disney legend, or
yes.
Hannah Montana is?
Miley Cyrus is Hannah Montana.
Well, there you go.
So yes. But I haven't watched all of it, so I probably need to go back. I do know there's a Cars Land coming now in place of a few things. So there's a lot to unpack there. That's a great question, though. I really need to be back at Disney soon.
I agree.
Have not been this year yet.
Sean says, Jill talking Disney while he's sipping on a $2,000 bottle. Classic.
Classic.
Sean, let's not downplay it. I'm probably sipping on two $2,000 bottles right now. And
love that question, though.
This William Larue has gotten a little oxidized. It is time to finish this bottle.
Ooh.
It is time to finish this bottle. It's got a little oxidation on it. Not bad, but a little that takes away from it a hair.
Do we have any more of it?
You have another bottle. Okay. Not that year.
Not this year.
But no, it does not defeat the William Larue. Like it doesn't. Even with a little oxidation, it does not beat it. It's still probably third to me. Like right now, bottles I can remember on the shelf of bourbon, I would go William Larue, Coy Hill, then this. It would be the three from memory that I would go to. There are some GTSs that would bat with that as well, depending on the year.
I get that.
There would be some George T's that would bat with that year by year.
I'm just, this one is so...
Of course, the Van Winkle 15 is pretty good, but like, I like the proof, and so that one gets knocked a little bit. Some of those Willet Purple tops, I still think this was better than those. I still think this is better than those.
Yeah, it does sound like a great blind opportunity, Jameson.
It does sound like a very expensive blind opportunity.
A very scary outcome, because who knows? But
somebody over there, I missed it. Good. Somebody said Brewzle was the sexiest whiskey YouTuber.
I agree.
It's not really a contest, man.
I agree,
there's a reason it's not a contest, because I'd win very easily.
You are the sexiest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Jeremy, what is it?
Jill, my wife, is leaving for London in the morning to go watch Taylor Swift with her friend. Can they take me, please? Oh, my gosh. The London show? Are you kidding me? Oh,
she's not kidding.
I'm just trying to get tickets to the darn New Orleans show here, and I can't.
New Orleans show.
Can't find them anywhere. Oh,
what was this?
I've even got scammed once, y'all. That's how bad it is.
Did. We had to cancel.
I had to cancel my cards. I got
scammed. She got scammed on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Now, luckily, it was a really dumb scam. She fell for a really dumb one, but she realized it instantly.
I did.
And then was like, I think we should cancel this card. Jeremy says, thank you for the amazing content and all the work you put into providing the best bourbon content on YouTube. Thank you, Jeremy.
Aww, that's
I don't know
sweet,
what this
Jeremy.
was that I had in this class, but.
This one's the King of Kentucky. That's brown sugar, that's.
I think this was the Tokaji.
I
think that's what that was. And this one over here, I don't know.
John, do you have tickets for New Orleans?
Yeah, I had 4 bottles at a 9+ ratings, and I appreciate it. Just got MSRP W. Oh man, that is so awesome, RJ. Now I knew these would all rank really high, but sometimes you have those kind of trips. We were running around with people with more clout than I have, and they helped me obtain these bottles at MSRP. So thankful for those folks. You'll see those videos coming out soon. We definitely made a lot of new friends this past week that are going to pay dividends for us and hopefully for them at some point in the future. Ben Gillette, so 1, 2, and 3, Old Fitz, Heaven Hill 18, King of Kentucky. Number 1 is going to be the 18 to me.
18?
Number 2, though, you like the King better.
Yep, and then number 3.
I would say number 2, number 3 would vary for me depending on the day. It would vary for me depending on the day. I probably like the flavors of the Fitz a little better, but the overall experience of the King with the proof, I'm going to put above it for this evening. So I would agree with Jill's rankings there.
Where's it at? 1, 2, 3.
Roger says, Brewzle, you got me into bourbon hunting, and I need to know how much I should spend on allocated bourbon. I passed on an Old Elk cigar cut. Old Elk cigar cut is not my favorite cigar batch. It has a little more like oaky tobacco flavor to it. So I would, if you want a cigar blend, Joseph Magnus, depending on the batch, is one of the best. But bang for the buck, like much more, but it's expensive. That's a $200+ bottle. Much more affordable, really, really good as well is going to be the RY3. I don't know if that's rye. I don't know if that's rye 3. I don't know if it's like hacker leak code from the 90s and they just replaced the E with a 3 and I'm supposed to just pronounce it right. I don't know. Somebody let me know. But RY3 cigar cut, I don't know what that bottle cost. I think it was like $70-$80. Really, really good for that price, for sure. Thoughts on putting all your bottles in a freezer? Dude, honestly, I love that guy. We had a blast. It was a really, really fun time. Jill hasn't seen that video yet.
I did. That was today, right?
Really nice guy.
Well, the one that came out Friday.
Loved my time with him. He got to go. We invited him on the Peerless pick, so he helped us with the Peerless pick as well. And so, I wouldn't advise storing your whiskey in a freezer. Like I wouldn't advise that. Probably not the best strategy in the world. But at the same time, if you do that, I don't care. I'm still going to drink it. We're going to have a good time. Yeah. That's all it was. Andy was a good time for sure. Really, really fun guy. You'll just have to watch it. Me and Ben were just going through Indiana, just stopping at random liquor stores. We stopped at the store and he walked in. He just melted down. Like he was just like, "Oh my God!"
Today, yeah.
So I thought you didn't see the video.
No, I saw it today. I told you.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched it. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said
I saw
didn't
the
see
freezer.
it. It was today. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the freezer.
And then we went back to like that's. I just say yes to all sorts of weird things. I like hanging out with cool people. He was a really cool guy. We went and got lunch. We went to his house. He's got a beautiful house there. Beautiful family. We had a great time drinking all of his freezer whiskey. He had a great selection of freezer whiskey. What is it?
Animal Steel won best comment of the night. I wouldn't advise putting Weller in a lawnmower either.
Listen,
that
much like putting your
comment.
Putting your whiskey in a freezer, you don't know till you try. Okay? All right, Animal. You don't know. Who knew? Like I tried to Google it. Nobody had ever tried it before. Okay, I had to give it a shot just to see. I didn't know. I learned.
He's just doing stupid stuff so y'all don't have to.
I just mowed the grass the other day with that exact lawnmower. That has a new carburetor on it.
Yes, it does.
But
because the old one did not work.
Roger says, Brewzle, you got me into bourbon hunting and I need to know. Okay, I already got that.
Yep.
All right. I thought that one was new. Let me go. You entertain them. Entertain the folks, Jill. I'm going to get some Dickel Tabasco and some peanut butter Elvis whiskey, peanut butter banana bacon Elvis whiskey. And I'm going to blend it for some god-awful reason because apparently I'm for sale for a $20 super chat.
Yes, you are.
Let me see where that Dickel Tabasco is at.
Oh. K Winch. I passed on that Heaven Hill 18 at $3.75.
Oh, my God. Go back and buy it
You better go back right now.
Go back right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Good job. Tell me where it's at.
Yeah,
tell me where
did you pass on that at?
Tell me where it's at.
Chris says, Jill, he does the stupid stuff so we don't have to. What if I really want to? Well, then you can do it too. I mean, that's up to you. You can do it too. Oh, don't forget the fish biscuits while you're up.
Oh, I'm going to tell the fish biscuit. Let me get this. I'll tell you on the fish biscuit store. It's not that impressive. It's much more impressive if I just allude to it being a big thing. But I'm going to tell you the fish biscuit story.
R. Taylor 3113 got his Heaven Hill 18 for $329. Congratulations on that. Have you tried it yet? Because it's amazing.
I'd buy Heaven Hill 18. I'd buy 2 or 3 at that price. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So good.
I find more. I will buy 2 or 3 at that price. I absolutely love that bottle, and I don't care what the online reviews. I haven't looked at any reviews of that bottle.
Jason says he'll give you $10 not to try that.
Well, I've already agreed now.
Ooh, so. Robert S. Jill, what's your favorite distillery? Wow. Okay. So I have 2 so far that are absolutely my favorites. And I have a hard time saying like which one they're both very similar.
You're judging on being there.
Yeah, I'm judging on being there and my experiences when I was there. And that is 100% Ben Holiday and Frey Ranch. I love Frey Ranch so much because obviously I love their bourbon, but I love what they do at their farm. I love that they care about the land. I love that they are a family-owned business. I just love everything they do. I think it's amazing, and I love them. And Ben Holiday is just the most beautiful distillery. It is so pretty there. Everybody there is amazing. They've been so kind and sweet to us. Every time we're there, they treat us like the best. And I just love working with them. Like, we've done a lot with them so far, and I've loved everything we've done. It's just been amazing. And so those two right now are my favorites. Absolutely.
All right, let me get through this real quick. First of all, I've had some of the best whiskey I've ever tried in my entire life tonight. So thank y'all for screwing that up with this. Okay, whoever that was. Who was it? Let's go back. Let's give them proper credit for ruining the night. MG. Wasn't it? Nope, wasn't MG.
Nope.
That's a $10 super chat. Where's the oh, right there, Trey.
Trey.
Are
you still here,
Bergeron.
Trey? Do you get to see this?
Trey. Is Trey still here?
Trey, are you still here?
Trey's still here. All right, while we're figuring out if Trey is still here, we are going to talk about fish biscuits. So here's the thing, man. Where can you go to get a crispy fish biscuit in the mornings for breakfast? Nowhere. At some point, nobody thought chicken biscuits were good. Like when I was a kid, you couldn't go somewhere and get chicken biscuits. You couldn't get a nice crispy chicken filet biscuit. That didn't exist. Somebody had to come up with that. Somebody had to say, you know what? Chicken on a biscuit, pretty freaking tasty. So one day, I had some catfish laying around. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do for breakfast? And it was like Christmas or Thanksgiving. I don't know what it was. It was one of those. It was one of those.
We went to your mama's. I know that.
No, we went to Mama's. It was like
No, it wasn't.
No, we went to Aunt Mitzi's house. I took them to Aunt Mitzi's house.
No, we did that first with your mama. We did that.
No, that was a test trial. Yeah,
yes,
that was a test trial.
We did that first with Mama Maxine.
So.
Thank you very much. I know.
We used her biscuit. We used my grandmother on my dad's side. That was a test trial. I'm talking about the disaster. And I was like, let's make some fish. She had some biscuits. She already cooked some biscuits. I was like, let's fry up some fish. Let's put it in the biscuits. So we put some fish in the biscuits. Pretty freaking tasty. Like, pretty freaking good. Like, I was like, this we're on to something. Like, this is pretty freaking delicious. So it's like I'm going to say Christmas. I think it was Christmas. And we were going to the family's house, and everybody brings food. I never bring anything. I don't know why I never bring anything. Jill brings a hash brown casserole or something. I never cook anything. My brother is responsible for cooking the whole freaking turkey. I never bring anything. I'm just sorry like that. And so I'm just like, I'm going to bring some fish biscuits. I need to share this with the world. Like, fish biscuits is a thing that more people
need to know about.
So I get up early in the morning, and I get my catfish, and I fry that catfish, and I put it on a biscuit, a little bit of sharp white cheddar cheese on top of it. And I'm going to be honest with you, it is one of the best things I've ever eaten in my entire life. Like, it was absolutely delicious. Fresh fried catfish on a fresh biscuit with a little white cheddar cheese. And I make a bunch of these things, and I put them into a container, and I take them down to Christmas. And my God, were they awful. They were like 3 hours old, and that was one of the worst things I've ever eaten. They'd gotten like mushy and
you had
nasty.
To eat fish soon,
and
quick.
Everybody was like, I was so excited. I've been hyping these biscuits for 3 hours. I'm texting people, like, I'm bringing some fish biscuits. These are going to be the best things I've ever had in my entire life. We're there for like an hour and a half. I'm like, look at these fish biscuits. These are going to be freaking delicious. Everybody's like, yeah, that's all right, you know? They're like chewing on it, and they're like, I don't know. And I was like, but you can't like do that when, like, fresh is really hard when you're taking it to Christmas because you got to cook it and then take it. Like, I couldn't go down there and then fry the freaking fish.
Well,
it was not good. They were awful. And so nobody has allowed me, every time I threaten to bring fresh. When
I bring the fresh biscuits.
Fresh briskets. I'm going to bring some fresh briskets. Everybody's like, no, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. So.
But they were really good when you cooked them at Mama Maxine's.
When they're fresh.
They were really good.
They're actually really good. But you got to like take them out of the fryer. You got to your biscuits ready. You got to pop them out of the fryer. Eat them suckers right away.
I wasn't with you when y'all had them old and nasty. I didn't go there. You didn't go?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So I didn't have that. But I did have them at Mama Maxine's, and they were delicious then.
The Four Roses single barrel proof really nice. Last year they dropped an Old Forester single barrel proof, the blue label cask strength. Those are really nice. If you're a collector, you got me a little book and a Booker's, both signed by Fred and Freddie No, which is cool. Like that's bourbon history right there.
Apparently we froze, and everybody thought you ended the stream before you tried this disgusting thing you're trying here.
I froze for everybody. I forgot what I was drinking. Oh my God, I was talking. Oh, I forgot. I was not prepared. I meant to prepare myself. I just twirled and tasted. I was not ready. Oh God, I almost gagged. That was too big of a sip.
I know, you gulped that one like you normally do.
Oh, I thought it was a whiskey. I just forgot completely. I was reading the super chat. I was talking about Fred and Freddie No, and I completely forgot where I was and what I was doing, and that was...
It tasted like blended fish biscuits.
Oh, that was awful. Oh, it's all Tabasco up front, and then mid-palate on is that freaking... Up front, it's Tabasco. Mid-palate is banana, and it's all like freaking peanut butter bacon finish. Oh, my God. Y'all, Jesus Christ. Now my palate is toast. All right. We did not freeze.
We went from Freddie No to O.
Yeah, Freddie No. That's what I went to right there. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. This was an awesome stream. We had a big crowd here tonight.
Nice being back.
We will be live again next Monday. Don't forget, again, if you're in our patron.com/Brewzle, I am. Jill might hang out. She might not, but I'm jumping on to Discord
maybe for a little bit.
The audio chat to talk to everybody, and y'all can ask questions. You can jump on. You can tell me about your pours. So appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening. We will see y'all next Monday.
War Eagle, RJ.